Yo, YouTube, it's Mr. B from Pilot Stuff, and I am coming back right back at you, as I always say, with another sneaker unboxing. We have got something not in a Nike box, as you can see. It's a very special brown box. You know exactly what these are. I am going to speed the video up about now. All right, so we have got North magazine. I will have a look at that later. We've also got a copy of Free magazine. I'll also have a look at that later. Now, these came not in a drawer. They came from our friends from Attitude. So I'm going to do the usual thing. So these are a Nike SB Air Trainer 1 ISO. So that makes them, you know, these are the orange label. Look, blah, blah, blah. They are a UK 11. That makes them a US 12. They're a US women's 13.5. The code is CW8604001, everyone. And they are medium grey, black, white, or gris, moyen, blanc, noir. I'm really not very good at the French these days, at all. But let's have a look. I've sort of had these sitting for a little bit, because we had so many other things that we wanted to unbox. So I'm just going to get them out. My word. These. So this is really interesting. Oh, no. So bad. So bad, everyone. I'm so bad at these unboxing these days. Right, let's just get rid of the box. So we have got, first of all, SJ, focus. We can see that. It's really hard for me to guess where they are, but you can see all right. So these are obviously the Air Trainer 1, obviously complete. In fact, let's get the other one. You know, clearly 80s inspired. You know, in fact, not eight. They are basically the shoe from the 80s. This was at the time. I believe these actually came out originally in 1987. It's a Tinker Hatfield design, so let's just loosen them off. These are just like blazers. They've come like laced like so badly, everyone. They're like so bad. But what I'm also loving already, the first thing I'm noticing, the laces are like flat, old school 80s laces. So let's really just loosen these bad boys off. Ah, my word, everyone. They're so tight. Now, originally 87. This is inspired by the original colorway, which is a sort of, we're calling it chlorophyll. So we're actually going to go over to this other little camera on the side here, because I think I might be able to deal with this one a bit better. Oh my word, too bright, way too bright. But we've got, SJ doesn't know how to control the lights. So we've got that there. It is very 80s. Like we were just looking at the original ads for these. Whoa. We go from one. Whoa. Blinded. Absolutely blinded. I'll tell you what, we're going to flick to the middle. We're going to flick to that camera there, SJ. Come on. Come over. There we go. Come over. I'm not from that part of the world. So there we go. I can see better what I'm doing. Oh my word. Now you guys can see that. You can completely see that. So this is the chlorophyll colorway. Green, gray, white. Let's have a look at the sole. You know, that is your classic Tinker Hatfield sort. You can imagine him sketching this. But what I believe is, way back in the 80s, you know, if you did court type sports, you had court shoes. If you did stuff in the gym, you had a different pair of shoes. If you did weightlifting, you did something else. And like that just didn't seem to make sense. Why would you have multiple shoes? It just makes no sense. The other thing I've learned about these is actually, even though they came out in 87, John McEnroe, that well-known tennis player, bit of a bad boy, allegedly, he was given prototypes of these in 86 and wore them when he was told not to wear them. And so what you have is they basically sold themselves at the time. Now, Nike SB have kind of co-opted these. And in fact, there was a pair of these in 2019. When was the Polar one, SJ? Was it 18 or 19? Not sure. Anyway, I am polar, and it was blue, and I had them in hand. I had them in hand in I think I was in Fairfax, and I was like, I'm in an R in, and then ever since then I've regretted it. But like, let's have a look at some of the details. So we've got the, can we focus on the strap, SJ? There you go. You've got that black strap there, and that's actually, it feels rubberized. I don't know if I can comment, like this isn't leather, or it doesn't feel like leather. It feels rubberized. We can flick to the inside element there. You've got obviously tough suede coming through here. We've got the perforated panel there. We're going to flick to the back because it says Nike Air, as you'd expect, and not Nike SB. That's something to think about. Flick round the side, small swoosh there in a suede. We've got this piece here around the collar. That feels like leather. And then if we flick to the inside, now there's nothing special about the inner soles of these, but you can see that chlorophyll green is there. And then did we talk about the toe box? You've got that traditional tennis type toe box there. You can see where, you know, the tennis shoe inspiration there. Now as we flick to the sole, which I showed before, that's not your traditional SB type sole, but they're just got a thing about the 80s on them, and I really like them. I missed the final bit. This element here is quite tough, and that's all I'm going to say. Quite padded around the collar there as well, which I don't know. I didn't have these in the 80s. I wasn't allowed to have Nikes because they were too expensive. So I think I had Gola, actually. I think I've talked about that on the podcast, but I had Gola. And yeah, so I would never have had these in the late 80s, early 90s. Did you ever see these in the wild, SJ?
Maybe.
You're not sure?
I think I did tennis-wise.
You saw them on the tennis courts,
so, yeah.
when you were doing tennis-y things, doing the serve thing, la-di-da. I can't play tennis for days. I'm so bad. literally. So what do we think, people? I think that these, like, for me personally, they've come out at the wrong time of year. It's raining. For me, these are more of a spring shoe. I could see myself wearing these in the spring. I think these will actually go. I'd wear these personally with shorts. They remind me of like a dunk mid, and you all know I love a dunk mid. Sorry, the dog is just doing all kinds of stuff. And he's just like, he doesn't care. He literally does not care, right? Esther, we're gonna have one last look on this camera over here. Oh, look at that. Oh, yes. It looks, I hope everyone, you can, like, it looks as good to you as it does to me, because that looks amazing. It is an iconic design by all means. Oh, yes. And I'm just going to quickly grab the other shoe. I showed you right at the start the alternate laces. They are black, as you can see, with not a Nike SB lace bag. If we come in close, can you focus on that, SJ? You can't really see. There you go. You can see there. It's a Nike SB, It's a Nike lace bag rather than a Nike SB one. So we're gonna get the other shoe, and we're gonna definitely come that there, and one last look. So now we're gonna flick back to that camera there. So if you're new around here and you haven't subscribed, don't forget to do it. It's somewhere down there. If you like these, give the video a thumbs up and give us a comment. Let us know what you think. If you don't like them, let us know in the comments. What aren't you feeling about these? Because I think these are sitting in places. They're not everyone's cup of tea, but I think that they're a solid shoe. They're a classic shoe. And of course, if you part of the gang, don't forget to join us on Sunday nights and Sneaker Streaming Sundays, which, for everyone who doesn't know, that's at 8 p.m. UK time. That's at 12 p.m. on the West Coast, and that is about 3 p.m. on the East Coast. Every Sunday streaming, talk about sneakers, show sneakers, go on Instagram, and occasionally we bring you lot onto the stream. So yeah, I think that, everyone, is just about that. As I say, let us know in the comments below what you think. And if you're still here, go and have a look at one of those videos over there, because I really think you might enjoy it. Never work with animals, they say. I'm not even working with him. And don't forget to look at one of those videos, but he's making a right noise.